Oh my god.
Snake.
It's been a while, Noonum.
While we were gone during the summer, Brexit happened, and while we were gone during the fall, Donald Trump happened. Your thoughts?
We shouldn't stop. We gotta keep commentating. We're the only, surely, with examples like that, we're the only things keeping it at bay.
Yes, so henceforth we'll never stop commentating.
We'll keep the world safe. I'm sorry.
What has
Sorry,
happened? Who is
pretentious
this?
name. Okay, she has a bus company, and it's not doing very well thanks to corporate rivals who, you know, are Templars. So
Classic.
Jacob's like, I'll fuck up the transport infrastructure of England if it, you know, embitters some Templar fucks.
I love how like Templars are offering things like people need usually, maybe like in an evil fashion, whatever. But we're here just fucking things up.
That's the thing, like, last part it was like, oh, they're making this soothing syrup that, you know, is addictive and it eventually kills people. You're like, okay, they're doing evil medicine. We should probably stop that. This part is like, what are they doing? They have buses.
They have
fuck.
fucking buses.
But they kill other people with buses, and it's like, well, then they're just very good at their jobs. Like, if you could convince a bus driver to kill rival company bus drivers, he's a happy worker.
I don't think writers of like media really not media like entertainment really understand how to write, you know, big corporations or that are rule the world and are evil, because
They come off as very petty all the time, don't they? And petty companies don't really get that far.
they 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 don't come off as self-sustaining, you know, because like you want the world to survive somewhat, like even
Well, the
and, like,
Templars want the world to survive, they just want it to be ridiculously stupid.
not with the way they're doing it. They're like, there's a soothing syrup. Why do we need it? Because addiction, you know, whatever. Like maybe
Oh yeah, I
the
see what you
addiction
mean.
just kills people at the end. But really, if you see, you can see it happen in real life. Why drugs are being ported in, so that we could imprison people and then use slave labor that way. So that's why weed, a drug that doesn't really kill you, is stignified as the most dangerous drug above others, which do harm you more physically, and all those people that were put into jail because of it, for some profiting in jails. Now that's evil.
And not to mention, you're gonna write someone who's making an evil drug. You want it to be addictive, but you also want the people taking it to survive, so they could get more.
Yeah, like,
And
it just kills people. Okay, but why are they doing this? Are they just stupid?
Meanwhile, think about two guys who are on, you know, very addictive drugs. There's Jim, the drug is incredibly addictive. You know, it keeps him able to function, keeps him alive, but he's a return customer. It's like, oh, it fixes me cough, clears up the phlegm, I can breathe again, but fuck, it's a bit moreish. That guy's coming back. Meanwhile, the soothing syrup was like, what did it do to Tim? It turned him into an invalid, and now he's dead. Oh, he's not gonna buy anymore. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's like you can see this kind of happen in the South, where right now there's a massive opiate epidemic, but like there's no war on that kind of drug, because opiates just fuck people up and they're not gonna be doing anything. But when you arrest people who smoke weed, they're mostly going to be fine.
Yeah, you'd have to be really far gone to be incredibly addicted to that stuff. Like, you'd have to be fucking Marvel, basically.
Yeah, and so right now the South is just a miserable place where everyone's addicted to opiates and no one's really doing anything about that. Like,
Sounds like a kind of wonderland to me, actually.
not really. I mean, I think mainly that's kind of the reason why Trump won, because people, Democrats don't really talk about rural areas. They just talk about, you know, urban areas and stuff like that. But the reason why Trump won is because he did talk to that area, even though what he said was just completely stupid. He was at least talking to them, which is they
Gabe,
feel they've been ignored. Which okay, it's stupid, but you can't change how people feel.
hey, Noonan, before we did this part, you, like, said, okay, let's just do Eve of Extinction instead, get out the way, fuck guests. Did you want to do it because you just envisioned that Eve of Extinction is Trump's incoming America, where people are being turned into laser swords?
Oh, no.
And everyone looks at least a little bit high. The main character is wearing garbage bins as a vest.
Trump won't be able to do anything. Like, he isn't some kind of right side.
He hasn't turned up and said, right, autocracy time!
He's not going to be Hitler or whatever people are afraid of. The worst part about this is that any kind of progressive movement, it's just now stopped. But like Roe versus Wade or like marriage equality, that's not going to go away. What is awful is that it's the same thing that happened with Brexit, is that all these racists and assholes are emboldened and they go out in the street and like are shitty to minorities, and that like that's the worst part of it. Like any kind of progressive movement though, that's just kind of put to a hold for probably 10 years in America. Like,
well, the same people will still have the same thoughts. It is shitty that fucking cunts have basically been emboldened by it. But the thing you gotta think about with this is they've always been there. They now just feel validated and it's out in the open, which
yeah, they always
it might
were,
it might actually kind of lead to people looking at it and just, people who were once moderated kind of going, okay, this is a bit shitty, guys. That's an optimistic way of looking at it, though.
The thing is, America is still progressive, more progressive than it's ever been. Like, more people support marriage equality than are against it. More people support abortion than are against it. More people support weed legalization than are against it. Whatever. But just because, really, the Democrats had a shitty candidate, they really did. You're gonna hear a lot of things about sexism, but yeah, maybe that's true. That's a part of it. But it's not as much part of it as racism was for Obama, He still became a president, even... It just... The thing is, no one knew Obama. Everyone knew Hillary. They had a Clinton before, and that's just, that wasn't gonna work for them. So... Because the people... Seeing what happened is... Really, the Republican side is just a little bit higher. Their turnout is just a little bit higher than it usually is. And the Democratic turnout was just pathetic. It was really low compared to last year's in 2008. Not last year's, like 4 years ago in 2008.
Do you know who no one's thought about in all this? The people who have just, like, they've been there, but they've never been brought up. People who like The Apprentice. Just a bunch of TV fans, just like, hey, I recognize him from the box.
That's exactly why Ronald Reagan won. Hey, I recognized him from the movies.
Oh god, that white nationalist guy is not gonna like this part.
I mean, as it was. He's so sad about his political opinions, dude. It's like...
It's surreal, isn't it? Oh, look, she's evil! She's actually in with the bad guy!
How surprising. It's not like she was wearing purple. The evil colors of... I don't know.
Of the Templars. Man, the Templars just...
I mean, the other guy's also wearing purple. So I
guess
purple must be a Templar evil color.
Maybe it's a family color. They just said they're cousins. That guy's in red, so he's not part of the family.
Oh fuck! They're ballas.
I guess I should just leave. I feel betrayed. How surprising that Jacob would fuck up, though.
Not very surprising at all. I don't think Jacob's ever done a thing that hasn't been a fuck up.
Even the things he succeeded in were fuck-ups in some regard. Well, it mostly just falls to Evie to fucking fix his shit.
I mean, like, imagine, like, if Jacob had already told Evie about this, so I'm gonna stop all these buses, and Evie's like, why? That seems small fry. It's buses. Nothing. It's not like it's drugs that are killing people. Nah, the Templars. They run a busing service.
Jacob, they're a big business. They probably have a lot of buckets out there collecting rain. I'm just gonna say that, Jacob.
We have Taxify, and then we have Uber. Taxify is funded by Templars. Uber by assassins.
Of course. That's why the star rating exists. Okay, now we just gotta go and steal back our combustion engine.
Alright, were they flirting?
I don't know. I don't think Jacob ever takes his mind off of fucking over the Templars, so I don't think it's possible for him to flirt until they're all dead.
So, I'm drinking hot chocolate. It's orange hot chocolate. So it has a taste of orange in it. It's quite nice.
Yeah, the other day, I got a packet of hobnobs.
The fuck are hobnobs?
Chocolate digestives.
What are chocolate digestives?
They're a chocolate biscuit.
Oh.
That took a long time. But basically, you know, they're milk chocolate, but they had orange in them. And it was quite nice.
I remember there was a Twix bar that had orange, like an orange thing in it. It was pretty good. Oh great, we get to assassinate. I love how immediately, as soon as this person betrayed us, Jacob is like, gotta kill her.
She's gotta die. Nobody takes me for a fool.
Attaway, girl.
Look at that fucking smug face, like, I got the dumbest man in the world. Strategy, speak to the conductor, explain the problem. Why doesn't Jacob take strategy and just talk to Pearl Attaway, explain his position, talk it out?
The station.
You may attend to that business once I receive word to let people through.
Why can't we just, knock him out and take his clothes?
Yeah, why can't we hitman it?
Yeah, why can't we hitman it? Like, come on. It's kind of dumb.
I guess the problem is with assassins is their clothes are really big and bulky. So, like, if you wanted to hitman it, there'd just be a lot of clanking, several belts to remove. Hitman dresses light. He's ready to go.
What is this? What was that? The suffrage movement?
What are they protesting?
I don't know.
Are they protesting right in this
don't
instant?
like trains. I mean, they're not even real buses, Snake. They're trains.
Well, no, she's got a train. I mean, she's on a train right now.
Yeah.
The bus company. You know, we befuddled one guy. Actually, yeah, that's the thing. Jacob probably never feels regret over, like, oh, I just killed someone completely, like, unrelated to this whole thing. Like, she just sicked me on someone, and I killed the fuck out of him. Live and let live, I guess. We all make mistakes.
Wait, Jacob did kill someone, just for the kicks of it. Like, it's kind of, that's exactly what we talked about Hitler. Assassins, which is like, hey, help us out, and like, okay, you say you're against Templars, sure. That's why assassins suck. Like, you can see that the Templars are so incompetent. But the worst part is, even though the assassins have all these skills, they're much fucking worse. They just take anything for their word. Like, this random evil-looking woman comes up, it's like, yeah, I kill this bus driver, please. It's like, oh, yeah,
okay.
A Templar bus driver makes sense to me.
So, basically, yeah, there should just be an Assassin's Creed game where at the end it's revealed that literally everyone you worked for was a Templar. You just never questioned it. Like, you just go by the end, you've killed, like, 50 big-name targets, hundreds of unaffiliated guards, and then someone just comes up to you and says, okay, I've got this big list of Templars here, Steve, I dug them up, and you look at them, it's like, Oh,
I mean,
fuck.
isn't that the basis of the first quarter of Assassin's Creed 3? Where
yeah.
literally no one knew that we were playing as goddamn Templars!
I just remembered, in Assassin's Creed 1, it's revealed at the end that your boss who told you everyone to kill was a Templar. It was this dumb from the beginning, and I forgot about it. The Templars just... Alright, Ubisoft, I've got an interesting character concept for you here, okay? Just so your characters come off as less stupid in the next game. Give the assassins an event organizer. Just someone to kind of like come in with the paperwork and go, okay, this guy here, and then, you know, the main character who's not a fucking moron goes up to him occasionally and says, okay, look, this guy said I should kill these people. What's his rep? And he goes, I don't know, Jim. I'll figure it out. Oh, he's a Templar. Okay, I'll kill him instead.
Imagine we played. There was an Assassin's Creed game where throughout the whole thing we played as a Templar, but it was but he was being fooled by assassins. That's so fucking stupid. Imagine that would be the twist at the end. It's like, you were fighting for the assassins all along. Whoa.
Like, just the final shot of the game is just him bleeding in an alleyway as his contact has stabbed him in the gut with a hidden blade. And you have to go, oh. Also, here's me winning a fight just by mashing triangle. I've just been mashing triangle for the last 5 people.
You know, as you do.
Yeah, I just throwing knifed everybody to death, and I didn't even have to aim. Assassin's Creed games in the year 20... Wait, did this come out last year? I can't remember anymore. There's not an Assassin's Creed game this year or next year. I think it's 2015. Watch Dogs 2 comes out in a few days.
Oh, in a few days? Snake.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Snake, I want to do
it.
a commentary over Watch Dogs 2.
You sure?
Yes.
Pearl Attaway's dead. I'm sure. Why not? It'll be fun. We'll do 2 Ubisoft games at once. It will be pure suffering.
As you do.
Most of my partnerships end with me getting electrocuted from behind.
Business, Mr. Fry. One does what one must to come out on top.
Oh boy.
Survival of the fittest.
Take the news of my death lightly. He can be unpleasant when he's cross.
Aww.
King's Cross. Eh? Trains? Eh? Sharon Cross?
My curse will haunt your family for 7 times 7 generations.
We will be the ghosts in the machine. I still don't... Like, you know, when Dexter did it, it kind of made sense, but Jacob's only partially a psychopath. One day, he's just gonna reach into his pocket to just, you know, get something to clean his eyes with, and he's just gonna, like, rub blood in his eyes. And I'm gonna laugh.
I love how fucking Assassin's Creed Syndicate thinks it has, like, like, memorable villains, so that they have this final, like, talk with them. Like, MGS could barely do that with its villains, come on.
Well, I mean, MGS also does it before you fight them. Like, okay, we're in a fighting arena now. You've got 15 minutes of philosophy. Go. Whereas it's like, oh, I'm the train lady. I got you to kill my business rivals. It's just business, Jacob. Yeah, I guess it is. Bye. I'm not quite sure what's happened in all of this. I've completely forgotten. We got the
I guess we
combustion
own
engine
the
back.
bus service now.
And we didn't use the secret passage.
We killed every fucking competitor out there. So Jacob was like, might as well pick up busing.
And this is why the London Tube Service strikes every other Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
We ain't getting on the tube today. And here's an ode to the London Transport Network.
Oh my god, look, it's the villain. He's playing the piano, because he's a villain.
I call this the funeral of the TFL.
Oh my god, I started listening to a podcast. The basis of the podcast is people die, and these scientists use a thingamajig to make a cookie out of them so they could, like, relive their last moments. But the second episode was so bad. It was about these two couples whose baby gets killed. Yeah?
Yeah.
So they use the baby. But, like, before the epilogue, there's this singing part. Like a music part. It's like about this baby being still alive and looking for his mom. It was so bad. It was so bad. Snick, after this commentary, no, in fact, you need to edit this in. I'm gonna send the audio clip for you, and you need to listen to this, and you need to insert this in, because no one, it is beyond
Two souls.
dumb.
Sorry, man. It sounded a bit like Beyond Two Souls with the ghost baby. Even though this is a real... Wait, did you say they make a cookie out of them? Or did I mishear you?
Yeah, like Black Mirror.
Oh, okay. Right.
Caleb's alive, searching for a mother's love.
Now, I didn't lay out...
No one knew! She was only there for like 2 parts!
But she was his cousin. Also, like, I did not lay a hand on her. I electrocuted her. That could have been faulty wiring in the train, Starrick, you paranoid fuck. Just ignore the 15 dead people with knives in them around the train. There's faulty wiring too.
The enemy wins.
It shall happen in the shadows. Miss Fry will hang from the gallows,
Huh.
Yeah.
and I will flay her brother.
The animations are really bad.
I mean, what do you want? They're two very unanimated characters.
It's like
Increase
only the eyes and like a little bit around the mouth like moves, but everything else is like a still image.
The jiggliness of his mustache as it compresses in and out of itself is fascinating, though.
We shall enter
You just gotta watch it.
and cast aside the shadows.
It's kind of like there was like a bunch of shortcuts, you know? Well, the models still look good, which is, it kind of just looks ugly. I don't know. I don't like it. I wish they try better.
Eventually we'll kill them, and we'll never have to look at them again.
No, it's like every animation in this game, though.
You know, I'd say if anything, Ubisoft's animation department is actually pretty good. Like, it's wasted on them. Oh, we're gonna go fuck up the banks! We're gonna cause the crash!
As you do, Snake. As you do. Speaking of the banks, Snake. Speaking of banks, do you want to know Commentary Com's current ad?
Oh yeah, tell me. What do we have in reserve? How much?
Hopefully it will load before the goddamn thing ends, okay? Lifetime. Commentary Com's current global fucking bullshit. Where the hell is it? $39.22.
You saved it. A lesser for
Join
me.
us next time for $40.